There may be a new star rising in one Matt Semelsberger. The young man will be a mainstay in the UFC welterweight division, and I'm going to tell you who is next on his rung as he moves up this ladder. Welcome back, bow throwers. Been a minute. I'm Jose, and this is the breakout session, Jose's Watch List. During these segments, me, Jose, I will highlight one young fighter to keep an eye on as they climb up the ranks. So, in the terms of a hype train, you want to jump on the hype train early, buy early, get in cheap. So then this way, when the stock rises, you can sell. So this is that segment. So let's take care of some business first. Please like our work. We work really hard at this, do a lot of time. Shout out to Tapology. I appreciate all the work that you guys do. If you need any resources, go to Tapology. But we do a lot of resources and a lot of just background work. So please like our work. Also, subscribe to our channel. The bell may be ringing right now, or maybe later, who knows. But that ringing bell, please hit it, subscribe. We appreciate all the subscriptions we can get. So, with that being said, some will wait to watch the main card. However, the gems of some of the cards, they're actually on the prelims. The hungry fighters trying to make a name for themselves are on the prelims. Even the early prelims, if you can catch those, that's where you're going to see some of the emerging stars for the UFC. Obviously, they may be 4-1 or 5-2. So Dana's not going to necessarily always put them on the main card, but all of your fighters that you like nowadays had to start somewhere. So they started usually on prelims. So UFC Fight Night 187 or UFC Vegas 21 or add a number. It really, I don't know. I can't keep track of them anymore. Had Semi the Jedi, love that name, Matt Semelsberger facing Jason Witt in a welterweight bout. So Semelsberger is fighting out of Clinch Academy in Frederick, Maryland. I'm a Maryland guy, so I'm going to admit I'm going to watch this career closely because I'm looking to see how my state's fighters stack up against the world's best mixed martial artists. It's not just how he stacks up against other Americans, even though that is probably some type of KPI or OKR. Like I'm work talking here. Yeah, I'm very interested. I was really happy to see that he's a Maryland guy. And so this was his second fight in the UFC. He primarily cut his teeth in the regional promotion Shogun Fights out of Baltimore, Maryland. And he had a fight in Cage Fury and Art of War. Dana gave him a tap, so he had won his first fight. Dana put him on the preliminary card for this one. So he's going to open up. So he comes in with a 7-2 record into this fight. So he needs a lot more cage time. No one's saying that. I'm not telling you right now that you're buying the stock because the stock is going to immediately just push up. He's not going to get Kamaru Usman tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. And that's not the purpose of these. The purpose of these is you buy the stock early, you get on the hype train early, and as the train goes through the stations, you start picking up more people to jump on this hype train. But if you start at the earlier one, the ticket doesn't cost as much. So he comes in, he's 7-2, needing a lot more work, but he gets Jason Witt, the Vanilla Gorilla, which, hey, Vanilla Gorilla. Okay, cool. We'll go with that. There wasn't much of a feeling out process, though. So the fight starts, and 16 seconds in, Semelsberger throws this straight right hand right down the pipe, and it just lands right on Vanilla Gorilla's chin, and Witt goes down. There just wasn't much after that. He was out on his feet. By the time he hit the ground, it was all she wrote. So the thing is with Semelsberger, he's a filled out welterweight. He's walking around at 6'1", so he's already got some of the size. For instance, Kamaru Usman is 5'10". Some of the other challengers that are around are 5'11". I think that Leon Edwards, that was fighting later on this card, is 6'2". Semelsberger is, I don't want to say huge for the weight division, but he's not small. He is a good size, and so he's He's a big guy, and when you look at big guys, big welterweights, you assume they're swingers, they're going to come out and throw some haymakers, or they're grapplers and they just want to take you down. I think that being able to show that he can just throw a straight right hand, crisp, right on the button, shows technique. There's technique that has to be behind that. He didn't catch him with a looping left. He didn't catch him with some type of just off kick. He didn't just come in and shoot, take him down, and then just maul him on the ground. And not that there's anything wrong with any of those ones, but here's this big welterweight, big for what we're seeing these days, and he just throws a straight, crisp right hand right down the middle. Now, it's too soon, probably. We're gonna need to see more tape on him, but just throwing a straight right is and being able to put somebody on their ass shows that you have power. But even on top of the power, it is sometimes it goes along with what Izzy Adesanya is saying, which is you can have a lot of power, but precision and technique really gets it done at the end of the day. So what I really want to take away from the Smellersberger's fight is I'll be interesting to see in the next one. It looks as if he has technique on the feet as well. It looks as if there is a very well trained stand up game there. And so we will see what's going to happen with Matt Smellersberger in this one. So what's next for the Semi Jedi? Um, there's a couple of things. We looked around. He could step up another rung on his ladder and get a Mickey Gall fight. Mickey has been in the UFC longer. Uh, there's a little bit more length in that tooth of Mickey Gall, but Mickey hasn't fought since June of last year of 2020. He was supposed to have a fight on September 2020, and that got canceled. So he's pretty much been on the shelf since June. So Smellersberger could welcome him back, trying to jump the ladder. I believe the better one for him, if the UFC will allow him to develop, because he's only 8-2 after this Jason Witt fight. I think that the better one for him is Gabe Green. Gabe recently just came off a win in February, so the times kind of match up. Not that it really matters for Smellersberger. This fight was 16 seconds. He could fight tomorrow, and he didn't take any damage, so he could fight tomorrow. So that's not going to be an issue. But I think that if you wanted to give him a little bit more time in a training camp, you could jump him right back into one. Green just fought in February. He fought at the beginning of March. You give him about 3 months. There's a June fight for him as well. I don't know if Mickey Gall wants to wait all the way till June of 2021 again to fight. Dana has this thing where he sometimes, if you finish the fighter and then you're young and you want to fight the next week, he'll give you the fight next week, which is fine. You can do that. I think there's also something to be said though for Smellersberger, especially this new to the UFC, getting another camp in before he fights. Now, I could be wrong. Smellersberger and his agent could get on the phone with Dana tomorrow and fill in for somebody else or be on the next card for someone else, and who can blame him? Eyes, putting asses in seats starts with how many people are watching you. So definitely nothing wrong with that. Smellersberger could definitely take a fight, but if there's going to be a planned out one with a training camp, I think he should choose Gabe Green in June. So, but yeah, so the 16-second knockout that I keep referring to is the 7th fastest finish in UFC history. He also got his performance of the night bonus, so good for Smellersberger. He's on the radar. He's an up and comer. I think that you guys should buy the ticket now, get on the train now. I think that with the size and possibly as he grows into the sport with his technique, his footwork, everything from standing, I think he's going to be a fighter we're going to be seeing coming up probably by 2022, being a serious contender, top 10 type guy. But that's my opinion. So thanks for tuning in. Please like our work below. Again, we work really hard, so please like our work. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little ringing bell. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you just think like, hey, you're being a real homer about Matt Smellersberger right now, that's fine. I'll eat that. And I'll respond to that and say, yeah, you're probably right. I have no problem admitting that. Also, if you didn't want to leave it on YouTube, please hit us up on Twitter at Bows Throwing. Again, at Bows Throwing. That is our Twitter handle. And you can say anything you like there as well. Profanities, that's fine. I know how to curse. So with that being said, that's all I have to say about that one. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.